What's going on, guys? It's Illusion and welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing my top 5 character wish list for the return of Multiversus. But before we get into it, if you're going to enjoy this video, consider pressing the like and subscribe buttons. I'm currently on the grind for 600 subs, so all support is appreciated. But with that out the way, let's get into the video. So as we all know, the return of Multiversus is right around the corner. If I had to throw a guess, the game should return sometime in February, but I do want to say, take that with a grain of salt because that's all just speculation. But anyway, in the meantime, I wanted to talk about some characters that I feel would be great additions to the Multiversus roster. But at the same time, I do want to inform you guys, I did have a criterion when making this list. For example, no characters that are too similar, no more Looney Tunes characters for now, and no characters that could be considered Echo Fighters. This doesn't mean I wouldn't like to see these archetypes in the future, but for now, I would like to shine light on more obscure characters. And that brings me to my first character, King Kong. Alright, I know King Kong's not really obscure, but King Kong has to be added to the roster. I mean, with Iron Giant being in the game, I don't see why we can't have another kaiju type character, and with King Kong being one of WB's most recognizable IPs, I feel this will be an amazing addition. Now I'm not sure what kind of moves he would use, but there are other King Kong video games that player first can pull moves from, or they can just give him a completely new moveset just for Multiversus. This character gives player first games the ability to get creative, so I would definitely like to see what they can do with another giant type character. Let me know how you guys feel about this pick down in the comments, and moving on. Alright, so my next character, or characters, has to be Yakko from the Animaniacs, or all 3 of the Animaniacs. This cartoon is what I think of when I think WB cartoons outside of Looney Tunes, and I feel these guys would be a good representation for WB cartoons that's not just slapping another Looney Tune into the roster. But at the same time, I understand these characters are a little obscure and maybe a little too obscure, but let me know how you guys feel about this. And once again, I'm not sure how they're going to make moves for these guys, but they're cartoon characters, and with Toon Force and everything, I'm sure player first can get creative and give them a decent move list, or just one, who knows, maybe all 3 of them make it, maybe just one, but moving on. This next character is a character I'm sure everyone can agree should have been here from the start, and that character is Harry Potter. Come on, man, how isn't he already here? This has to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest franchise WB has, and this character needs no explanation. He's obviously going to be a mage, and there's tons of media to pull moves from for a moveset, and player first just needs to add Harry Potter to the game already. Like I said, I'm just baffled that he didn't make the main roster in the beginning, but maybe they needed time to get the licensing and, you know, give the character a moveset and everything, but this is definitely a character I would like to see on the roster before the end of Multiversus. So before we get into the last 2 characters, I want to do some honorable mentions. And I'm going to be brief with this so the video doesn't turn out too long, but let's get into the list. The very first honorable mention I want to go with is Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, well, let's just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is huge. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was that card game that rivaled Pokemon, so huge representation. It's not like anyone wouldn't know who this character is. The only thing I see being a problem with Yugi is, what are they going to do for moves? This seems to be a common theme for characters on my list. How are you going to give these characters moves, and how are they going to translate from the media we know them from into a platform fighting game? And I feel like Yugi is going to be one of those harder characters to give a, you know, traditional move set with, you know, his media being a card game. But my next honorable mention is Daffy Duck, even though I said no more Looney Tunes. Now, Daffy Duck should have been here right alongside of Bugs Bunny, hands down. Everyone just, I've seen other creators make their wish list, and I've seen Daffy Duck on there, so I agree. Daffy Duck should have been here, honestly, from the very jump. It's a mystery why he's not here. And my next honorable mention is another character that I feel like should have just been here from the jump, and that's Scooby-Doo. And really the only reason Scooby-Doo didn't make my main list is because, once again, I didn't want to put too many characters that I had to ask the question, Well, how will you give these characters moves? So these are my 3 honorable mentions. Let me know how you guys feel about these. Let me know how you guys feel about the whole entire wish list overall. And also let me know if there's any characters that you feel should make the roster that I haven't given thought to yet. I'm interested to see. And with that being said, let's get into these final 2 characters. Now these final 2 characters, in my opinion, should be definite additions to the game, no questions asked. And the first character is Jackie from the Jackie Chan Adventures cartoon show. Hands down, I feel this will be one of the most fun characters in the game besides the #1 pick on my list. But the potential for this character I feel is sky high, with a martial arts, slash magic type character with the whole talisman thing. I don't know if you guys ever seen the show, there's like talismans and everything. But I feel like with a melee focused character and like talismans to enhance that gameplay, I know I hate to compare this game to Smash, but like think Shulk and his Monado arts. If we can get a character like that, the potential for this character is sky high. I just feel like this will be one of the most fun characters outside of the #1 pick on my list. But this is one character that I feel needs to be in the game. I've been advocating for Jackie since the launch of Multiversus. So player first, if you hear me, put Jackie in the game, please. But with that being said, I want to go into my final character, and this should be no surprise to everybody. My final pick is also a character I feel needs no introduction. I feel he needs to be added to the game, no questions asked, and that's Neo from The Matrix. This character is once again, like I said, a character that needs no explanation. I'd go as far as to say, why hasn't he been added in the main roster? I mean, come on, it's Neo. I keep saying it, but this character needs no explanation. I'm sure this would be one of the coolest characters in the game. The combo potential would be crazy, and it's just like, come on, I'm geeking over here, bro. I'm fanboying over here. Put Neo in the game. I'm sure everyone can agree Neo should be in the game. The Matrix should definitely get some representation in Multiversus. Hands down, no questions asked. I'm sure everybody can agree with that. But on the same side of the coin, I want to acknowledge the fact that, with Keanu Reeves and the whole licensing thing, it might be a little bit harder, but it doesn't even have to be based off of Keanu Reeves. I mean, I know he plays Neo, and when we think Neo, we think Keanu, but this could be some arbitrary guy in a black cloak that looked close enough to Neo. I don't care. Put Neo in the game. I want the Matrix to get some representation. And if we're gonna put Neo in the game, put Agent Smith right next to him. W character picks, I don't care. But this has been my Multiversus character wish list. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments. And before we close this video out, guys, I just want to say thank you for all the support on my last 2 Multiversus videos. The support has been going crazy. It's honestly mind-boggling. I honestly should have put out a video sooner, but that just goes to show that I'm not out here trying to rush, videos out for the numbers and the views and all that crap. But I do definitely want to say thank you guys for the support so far. We smashed the goal of 500 subs, and let's see if we can get 600 before the end of the month. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. But this has been Illusion. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for the support moving forward, and I'm gonna end the video here.